Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Scaling Ethereum Beginners Workshop. Got a smaller group than usual today, but hopefully that's a good sign. That means maybe a lot of folks that have participated in our events, they kind of have a good understanding for what to do, when to expect. So nothing too new here. But yeah, if this is your first ETHGlobal event, welcome. This is meant to really serve as a sort of workshop guide to help you get better understanding for the our dashboard, making sure Discord's sorted, and then hope maybe answer any questions that you may or may not have around scaling Ethereum or just how the hackathon is going to work for the next couple of weeks. Um, but yeah, so this is Scaling Ethereum 2024. This is, I don't know, I can't, this is at least our second or third time we've had Scaling Ethereum event. So it's generally one of our bigger events apart from ETH Online that we have. But we've had quite a few, asynchronous online workshops recently too. So there's definitely a lot of stuff going on happening within our space. But yeah, one of the first things, if you haven't already, this is the dashboard, right? The main dashboard, if you haven't seen this already. Um, and I'll go ahead and share this in the chat as well. But one thing that's really important for everybody really is just to ensure that you connect your Discord to the Hacker dashboard. So you do this on the left-hand side of the screen. Mine's already connected, as you can see, but this is, I stress that it's important just because, we have a lot of different information going on within our Discord channel as well. So once you do this, you'll be able to access the Scaling Ethereum channels. So, for the event schedule, like the ping will go out for our workshops that are coming up, or, the project submission reminders and everything. And we also share a lot of information links in the information channel too. So, we've already sent out quite a few items last month, and then you'll start seeing more and more links coming up the rest of these weeks. And then the Find a Team channel, like this is, if you're still looking for a team, this is definitely one of the best ways to find a team members or people to join your team. As you can see, people are already having messaging ever since excuse me, ever since this channel, opened up. So I'll go through other ways you can connect with team members too, but this is one of the main reasons why it's important, I think, to connect your dashboard to Discord, just because you get access to this. The mentorship help channel will be where you can, get help from our mentors. So we're still onboarding a few mentors, but we also do have the partners that will be technically mentors from their tech stacks as well. That'll be monitoring this. And then really the last thing is, well, I can go over it's actually team formation. There is a voice channel in here, so if you connect with somebody and you want to just quickly touch base with them or introduce yourselves, there's this voice channel here, the team formation voice channel, that you can use. It's there for anybody to use. You can just jump in whenever you want, so you don't have to worry about scheduling anything. Just come and go as you please. And then, yeah, so the access to the partner channel. So all of our partners have their own Discord channels as well. Some information is still, to come, but as you can see, some folks are already starting to message the Discord channel too. So there's hacking doesn't begin until Friday at noon Eastern time, but that doesn't mean you can't, reach out and try to get some early help. Or do some research on your project or on your ideas as well. Physical actual coding, you can't begin until, Friday, but you can take advantage of this time to really flesh out your ideas and thoughts and what you want to work on. That way, when hacking does begin, you can just use that full time to your advantage, and you don't have to necessarily worry about thinking of an idea or anything like that. And I'll show some links to where you can, hopefully help you find those new ideas as well, or if you're stuck on anything. But yeah, this is, again, really great resource, and just keep these channels in mind if you're working with a particular partner and you're stuck on something. This is what they're here for. The mentors, the partners, they're here to help you make sure you get unblocked on anything that you are stuck on. So yeah, that was that. And if I go back here, so I had mentioned, the find team members, find a team. In your dashboard, the main page, there is a find team members section that you can also do. You have to opt in for your Discord username being shared, but it will take you to this table, this filter where you can search by other Scaling Ethereum hackers that have opted in for this as well. So not everybody that's a hacker will be here, only folks who have opted in for this. But we try to bring more awareness to it as well. So currently there's only 65 folks that have opted in for this. Yeah, if you actually I see Christian here. So if you click on the Discord name, it will take you to their actual profile where you can send them friend requests or message them. So it's easy, another way for you to quickly connect with people as well. The only thing with that is just making sure that some people, you might not be able to accept friend requests because people have certain permissions set. So what usually happens is somebody might say, hey, I've sent you a message, can't DM you or something. So, yeah, just keep that in mind whenever you're messaging folks on Discord. So yeah, that's that aspect. I wanted to touch on the highlights. So this is what we do for our events. And Twitter unfortunately doesn't allow us to highlight that many. We're only limited by a certain amount, but in our highlights tab, we highlight all of our past finalists. So I just sent the link in the chat. And I want to share this just because I think it gives people a better idea for what to expect at our events, but then also shows you what the past finalists are, who they are, what they worked on, what their project looks like, what their demo looks like. So what we have recently is just in-person events, but I thought this was kind of neat because Scaling Ethereum we've done before. So this is our last year's finalists. So a lot of this probably the themes and ideas might be maybe a bit different, outdated, just because things move so quickly in this space. Although I do know Offclave is still, they were finalists and they're still doing quite well from what I last saw from an update from them. But in these, it takes you to their project showcase page. So, whenever you're done with submitting your project on I think it's the 21st of April, that this is the final product, right? You have your demo video, you have a couple of screenshots, and then your description, how it's made, source code. And then it also say, if you won something, if you were a scroll, they were a scroll prize winner and then a Scaling Ethereum finalist. So I think, this is really useful and helpful because, it gives you an idea for what people, use or how they set up their demo videos, what they're showcasing, what they're doing, just to give you an idea for what finalist projects look like. Not to say that you have to be a finalist, of course, but if this is something that you're trying to aim for, or just something that I think it's worth sharing and seeing what certain teams do to put how much effort they put into their projects over the course of 2 or 3 weeks. But yeah, all this stuff is out there. This is, it's on the link, the Twitter thread I shared. And then, yeah, you can, everything is on the showcase page. So you are able to go to, the showcase page. You can search for particular projects or themes. Like if I type in scaling, I don't know if I'd have anything. Yeah, we've got a few projects that have scaling in their names and have worked on them. But then also, if you want to go back to Scaling Ethereum last year, you can also do that too. So yeah, the filters aren't exactly the best right now. It's something that we are definitely trying to work on and to make it a bit more easier to filter by finalist or anything like that. But again, of course, you can also always go back to our finalist threads and our highlights page on Twitter, or even just Google, ETHGlobal, whatever the event was, Twitter finalist, and I'm sure that'll be probably the first search result that pops up. But yeah, some people I think don't necessarily know or are aware of the showcase page or use it to their advantage in that sense, or even the, going back to previous finalists. But I think it's certainly worth sharing. The other thing I wanted to share is our YouTube channel, because we have a ton of resources here in terms of just the past workshops from our previous events, the opening and closing ceremonies. So actually, if we go back to, again, going back to Scaling Ethereum, yeah, so we've got a full playlist of just all of our the workshops from the 2023 event that are here. So yeah, it's like a lot of the workshops that we have scheduled for this year are going to be a bit different, of course. But if you're stuck on an idea, or if you're maybe you need help with a particular area that you're just really not sure of, I mean, we have a ton of different workshops and partner resources and everything on here that you can think of. So it's if you can't reach a mentor or a partner right away, or if you're do working different hours from everybody else, I mean, this is always here, right? This is going to be here no matter what. So again, I think it's just a great resource to have and to look at. And then, yeah, of course, for Scaling Ethereum, this Scaling Ethereum, everything will be shared here in the Scaling Ethereum 2024 playlist as well. So yeah, 17 people watching YouTube. And one thing I wanted to go back. So if I let me just take our most recent, actually, no, not frameworks, because it's a little bit different, but well, we can do frameworks. I wanted to share, like, to give people a better idea for like what to expect. So we have the closing or the opening ceremony starting this Friday, right? If you've never attended any of our events before, I highly suggest you attend or you watch it later, because Kartik does share a lot of information around like what to expect, what the rules are, why it's important to connect your Hacker Dashboard Discord, what judging will look like. So this is actually going to be related to frameworks, but if you're unsure about how judging is going to work or project submissions, like the opening ceremony will clarify all of that information. And then again, if you go to the closing ceremony, the finale, when that happens on the 26th of April, then you'll see what the finalists do. So they do actual live demos. So for online events, it's a requirement to have a demo video. And that's just because it's this event's asynchronous. That's how we play the demo videos during the judging on the I forget what day that's going to be, but I'll show you the schedule in a bit. We play those demo videos. That's what the judges will see, and that's kind of what you're graded on or judged on. But then for the actual finale, the closing ceremony, you'll do an actual live demo for your demo. So it's not going to be, you're not actually doing playing a video. So but this is, I think it's good just to give you an idea for what to expect in terms of what happens during the finale and what teams are showcasing during their live demo that they have. And again, a lot of frameworks is very specific to frameworks, but if you can just as easily go back and find the Scaling Ethereum 2023 opening and closing ceremonies to give you a better idea as well. Are there any questions so far before I kind of keep going? And if not, I can keep going. Okay. Yeah, so that was that. I do want to go back to the this kind of Ethereum page. So I've been mentioning, some people sometimes get confused by the dates. So the 26th is actually when the finale happens, but judging projects are due on the 21st. I would just double check that. If you go to the schedule, you click here. So yeah, the Sunday projects are due the 21st. So it says the 26th, that's when the finale happens, but just keep in mind that there is, some time to actually, for the partners and judges to actually review who's going to be prize winners, who's going to be finalists. So then the judging happens actually on the Tuesday, and then we'll let people know, who's going to be a finalist. They'll prepare for the finale, and then we announce who the finalists are, and then the prize winners are during the finale. So whenever you're planning for your project, just keep that in mind that the submissions are due on the Sunday the 21st and not Friday the 26th. So the event runs these full days. Okay. And then yeah, actually, if I go back to so we've got the partners, but then if you go to prizes, what I was kind of talking about with the partners earlier, is everything what you'll see here more or less will be in the Discord channels as well. This is this page will obviously be more up to date just because it's not static. But again, I was talking about if you're unsure about ideas, projects to work on, we can always go to the past finalist threads. But then also, if you're still unsure, the partners also offer, links and resources to their tech stack, just guides and documents on how to work with their tech stack, but then also any potential projects you can work on or stuff that they would like to see be worked on. So this again is a great resource for you to use as well. And then it also does have the lists of upcoming workshops that the partners will be using or will be presenting. But this is another avenue. And so we ETHGlobal finalists, that's its own separate prizes that are offered. And it's there really are no requirements to being an ETHGlobal finalist, as long as your project has to do in some form or fashion with scaling Ethereum, of course. But then the partner prizes, they have specific criteria and requirements in order to win their prizes. So you're able to do both. You can select both options when you actually submit your project, but I think this kind of helps give you a bit more structure, for just it provides more structure, particularly if you're unsure of what you want to work on. But then yeah, for ETHGlobal finalists, it's kind of free reign pretty much. And some finalists do win partner prizes, so that can certainly work as well. But yeah, again, this is I think a really good place to also just kind of get any help and guidance from. But definitely, I would suggest people to start looking at this now until Friday. I mean, well, you can also look at it during after Hackett begins, but Dave, this is here now, so people can take advantage of it before hacking actually does begin. Um, and the other thing I kind of I forgot to go over this, but is the you know we still have applications open for for this hackathon. So if you know somebody that you want to work with that they haven't maybe applied yet or they haven't staked yet, please tell them to do so. The deadline, we have a deadline for tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. But it's we'll probably keep that open for a little bit longer. But the sooner that people do apply, submit their application and get approved and everything, the better. That way, you have a team, you're good to go. You have that you just have that comfort, peace of mind that you're sorted with from a team perspective. There was a question. What are the prizes for ETHGlobal finalists? Good question. So actually, yeah, if you I won't say what they are, but if you actually go back to if you watch the frameworks finale, and at the end of it, and I'll copy the video at this time, share it here. But that'll give you an idea for what exactly the finalist prizes are. And sometimes it's changed. Like as ETHGlobal, as the company is going more and more on chain, we're starting to introduce more and more things that just more prizes and ideas on how we can, reward finalists or just, offer our attendees, hackers in general, some more incentives. So This might be different, for Scaling Ethereum than it was for frameworks, even though it was just like a week ago. But yeah, there are some differences sometimes from event to event. Yeah, Timothy, I think I just saw you join, so I'll I mean this if you have any other questions, like feel free to just ping in the chat and I'll get it covered. Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, I mean YouTube's a good option too. I guess this is at least this way. If you have questions, then you can certainly get some answers much quicker. Okay, so that was that. Yeah, and the other thing I guess about the team members is just making sure that they are staked. Sometimes when people try to submit projects, they'll get an error message. The team member gets kicked off because they actually haven't staked, even though they thought they did. So just make sure that your team members, whoever they are, that they've actually submitted an application, that they've been accepted, and that they've staked their ETH. Otherwise, come Sunday, the 21st of April, when you're submitting your project, you might run into some errors and issues, and then you're stressed out, and it just doesn't lead to a good outcome. Um, so yeah, as long as everybody's staked, just make sure that you're good to go. So yeah, let's see. That was that. One thing I'm gonna share here too. Everybody here, because you're here, you obviously probably have this of the event calendar, but if you don't, this is the Google event calendar. So this will have all the different workshops, the opening closing ceremonies, any sort of reminders as well. So feel free to download that. That way you're not going to miss anything. So yeah, so one thing, go back in the schedule. So we do have uh tomorrow and Friday, we do have a team formation and idea brainstorming session. So this is something that we offer twice during, try at least before and right after hacking begins. So if you're still unsure of, an idea or don't have a team yet, this is a good opportunity for you to attend because other people will be attending. Generally, this first session is the more popular one, just because it's the first one, and I think it just works better for a lot more people's time zones. But the format of it is people will attend, they'll introduce themselves, they'll share what ideas they would like to work on. They'll say, what their background is, if they're front end, back end designer, and then what they're looking for in terms of teams. So that's kind of the format of it. And then we have breakout rooms that people go into afterwards and can have smaller conversations with one another. So based on, interests that they've heard. Of course, not everybody that's looking for a team is able to attend. So, it's always still a good idea to keep an eye on the Discord Find a Team channel as well as the the Find Team members. And I don't know if I sent this link, but go ahead and send this in here too. Um, but uh, But yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind as well. That'll happen tomorrow and then Friday. Um, and then we have the project feedback session. So we have two of these. Will be on Wednesdays, so the 10th and then the 17th. These feedback sessions are meant to give you an opportunity to get feedback from the partners and mentors online. So again, anybody that wants to get feedback, they can, they'll attend the Zoom call, raise their hand, and you have an opportunity to share what you've made so far. If it's a small demo or if it's PowerPoint slides, or you can also just ask questions from folks that are there. If this is this a good idea? Do you think this works? Or how did somebody solve this problem? And that's not to say you can't get feedback throughout, that you only can get feedback for these during these two sessions. Of course, you were able to get feedback, throughout the entire hackathon by asking partners or mentors in the channels. And sometimes even hackers will respond and help each other out too. So, but this again, we just want to make sure that you all are taking advantage of the opportunities to make sure that you get unblocked and that that you feel confident whenever project submissions come on Sunday, the 21st, that you just feel, comfortable with everything that you've worked on for the past couple of weeks. And these actually aren't on here yet, but we do have them. So there we have the for those that have participated in our online events, we have project check-ins, which basically are you just fill out a form. It'll appear on the right-hand side of the dashboard, but they more or less coincide with the project feedback sessions. So the check-ins are really an opportunity to again, let us know if you're stuck on anything and how we can help you, how we can make sure that you get unstuck on that. So the partners will receive it. If you're applying for a particular partner prize, and you select those partners in the check-in form that'll appear here, then they'll receive it and they'll be able to also assist you as well. So really the check-ins are just making sure that you're doing some work. You're not waiting until the last minute to work on your project and submit something. So we we the check-ins are required in the sense that if you want to get your stake back, because sometimes people will um and hopefully nobody does this, but sometimes people will say that the stake or they couldn't work on the project because of an illness or something came up. And so the check-ins are meant to ensure that you're not waiting until last minute to try and do something and then you don't do anything. Because in order to get your stake back, you have to submit a project. So if you can't submit a project, well, okay, did you check in? Did you do anything, or did you just completely blow it off the whole 3 weeks, right? So that's why we have the check-ins. That's why we ask that people submit projects, because the stake is it's an incentive really for people to to contribute, to build, and to try and do something, right, to take advantage of this opportunity. So yeah, it's just keep that in mind whenever you're working on your project. Uh, and yeah, so if I go to, I mean, what I was just going over, like the info page, this link here, there's just another, again, ton of great resources on if this is your first hackathon, what to expect, before, during, and after. And yeah, here I kind of go over a bit more detail around what the project check-ins are. So, and the feedback sessions. And then, yeah, we have the project submission, the judging submission guidelines. For judging, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but there's a finalist judging, there's partner judging. So if you're doing finalist judging, you actually, you'll receive a link to present your project. Sometimes we do 2 rounds of judging. I'm not sure actually if we're going to do that for this or not. Usually I think it just depends on the number of projects that we do receive. But there could be 2 rounds of judging. So if that is the case, that means that you'll be screened by your project, whether or not it meets certain criteria, which is, is the demo video good quality? Does it making sure that the code isn't done before the hacking begins? And there's a few other criteria. So if that is the case, actually this will update with the different criteria. So it's not like it's a vague criteria or anything. We're quite transparent with it. But I'm not sure actually if we're going to do that for this one or not yet. But either way, if round one or round two, if you make it to round two, or if there is just no rounds, then you would present your projects live to 2 judges. There'd be 2 volunteers in the room. They play the demo video for you, so you have to worry about that, and then you'll answer questions with the judges for 3 or 4 minutes. And then that's it. So then you can hang around and listen to other projects do their demos too. And then if you're doing just partner judging, you're not doing finalist judging, then all you need to do is submit your project. Make sure that you have a demo video, of course, because that's the only way you can submit your project, with the demo video. And then the partners will review your project submission. They'll watch the demo video, they'll review your code and everything. And then the partner prize winners will be announced during the finale on the Friday the 26th. Yeah, that let me go. Yeah, just judging submission guidelines. Oh, yes, okay, so so I think we are doing the round one. So this is these are the criteria. So video presentation quality, project live demo quality, and the proper use of Git commit history. So yeah, this can be found here in the details section. And yeah, just a reminder again that the projects are due the 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern. And then the 26th is actually when the finale will be. But again, so yeah, this page kind of goes over a little bit what I was saying earlier and what to expect when it comes to you actually submitting your project and then judging, and then what judging looks like and what a good demo video looks like as well. Yeah, so that was that. Um, yeah, so actually, I think I want to say this is kind of all that I really wanted to cover. You know, async online events are a bit easier because they're not in person and there's not a lot of stuff to kind of go over from an in-person perspective. But are there any questions? Let's see if there are any questions right now. Okay. So clear, thanks. Awesome, Katya. I feel like you could probably give these presentations now.
Yeah, maybe so.
Um, well, yes, for those that joined, I'll just quickly share this link again. This was the event, Google event calendar. That way you have everything. I mean, everything, the schedule, if you're still unsure of something, this schedule will update. So this is the source of truth. Of course, the event calendar, the Google event calendar will update as well, but you know, like if you were to go here, some of this stuff, because it's static, it might not be updated. So just keep that in mind. But the Discord pings for the workshops and everything, that'll appear here in the event schedule as well. And if you have general questions, just in general, you know, feel free to use the Scaling Ethereum channel. You don't have to use the general chat or the questions channel in the general category. Leaving it here in Scaling Ethereum in this channel is certainly totally fine and acceptable. And there is, I guess, one thing just to remember is, you know, everything will be it's specific to your time zone. So all the workshops and then even when it comes time to project submission, there will be a countdown. Whenever we actually open the actually I can go through this real quick. So uh, whenever we open the project submissions, there'll be a countdown that says, you know, how much time you do have left to submit your project. So everything is specific to your time zone. But yeah, I can show you this real quickly. So create a project name, and this is you can do this, you know, you should right now. You can't submit your project, you know, of course, but doing this, as long as if you create the project, then you are able to kind of give you an idea for what the project submission will look like. So not everything is open yet, of course, but doing this, you are able to edit this. So you can edit your project right up until project submissions on the 21st on Sunday. So you know, if you set some, you know, some test info here, then that's totally fine as well. So but like so yeah, usually I do this because I have to for I just want to test the flow and submissions, make sure that nothing's broken or anything. Um actually can I, yeah, I'll do let's see. I do have some limits on these things. But yeah, if you click save, you go to media upload, it'll tell you like, you know, what logo, cover image, the demo video is actually, it's not optional. This will be required. So actually that I probably could. That's a good takeaway for me. I'll edit that. But then the tech stack, you get to see like what exactly, you know, what tools you're using, what databases, anything. the prizes. This is kind of where it distinguishes if you want to opt in for the top 10 finalists and partner prizes or just partner prizes only. Once you do that, like, so this isn't actually open yet, but once you do that, you'll be able to select the partners that are here and then fill out the information. So it'll ask you, how you integrated the partners tech stack in your project, where that line of code exists in your project, and then provide a rating for the partner as well. But yeah, so this again, I think creating a project right now, enter any sort of data that you want. It's totally acceptable. You are able to edit this, up until project submissions are due anyway. So the big thing for online events really though, I think is the demo video. If I would not wait for the last minute to submit this, or to create this, I would kind of do it, throughout your time. And that way, whenever you do submit projects on Sunday, the 21st, that there's no issues with it. On that day, I highly suggest people submit their projects at least 2 hours before the deadline. That way you're not dealing with, just people bogging down the server and freaking out and just a bunch of sometimes chaos, unnecessary chaos, I think. So, the folks that do it an hour or two beforehand are much more at ease and calmer. So, there's plenty of time, just plan accordingly. Don't wait till the last minute to do the demo video. There are, throughout in the info page and then here, there are good examples for what to expect. And then also you can always, reference the past finalists in the threads and in our showcase page as well, just to see what people have done for their demo videos. But yeah, don't wait till the last minute to do the demo video. For anybody that's done our events before, it's you know that sometimes project submissions can be a bit crazy and the Discord channel starts blowing up, and it's always interesting to see. But yeah, and I think that was all that I wanted to really kind of go over. Are there any questions at all? Oh, maybe I can. This is something that, if you need testnet ETH or anything, we do have this faucet. That's on the top of the page. But sometimes the partners offer testnet too. But if you're a hacker and you have Twitter that's fairly active, then you are able to claim any testnet a day. Oh, only one testnet per day. We do have limits on this, but yeah, that's something to also keep in mind. And maybe the last thing, the guides. If I go here, some people should have received this, especially if I waive your stake. But all you need to know about our hackathons, this again, it's just more written material if you're interested on what to expect for not just online events, but also for our in-person events as well. If you're thinking about attending an in-person event, you haven't done so already. Yeah, Andreas, did you have a question?
Yeah, I just saw the testnet tokens there.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there a possibility to have a larger amount? I think like I had a look into that. I think I need one testnet ETH or so deposited on the account for what I had in mind. And yeah, so
A larger, if you need a larger amount, I would say maybe reach out to maybe one of the partners. Yeah, I think we only have this amount set for now. I don't know if we'll actually change that, but so you're needing like at least one ETH.
according to the
Or
documentation where I read it, yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
I can reach out to the partner, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the partner, they I mean ours, if they have, especially if they have that kind of requirement, I would say they're probably the best person to reach out to. And they should be more than happy to provide that, especially yeah, if they have that requirement.
Great, thanks.
Let's see, Paris. Yeah, that was that was from Paris. That shot. But yeah, this is I think yeah, if you, I mean, of course the frame, excuse me, the ETH Global, our YouTube channel, you know, kind of does have the highlight reels from our events too. At least it should have, yeah, like the weekend recaps and everything. But yeah, this the written guide, you know, kind of just has like the still shots from everything and stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully if this is anybody's first ETH Global event and you never attended an in-person event, I think it's definitely worth checking out. We've got a ton of events coming up, particularly especially online events as well. So yeah, then our next online event will be a StarkHack, based around the StarkNet. So so yeah, once this is done, take a break and then come back to StarkHack. But yeah, are there any other questions? This is, yeah, the pack guys shared the hacker pack. That's the test net, but we do have specific, we don't have online, we don't have packs for our online events, only the in-person events. These are the new things that I was talking about that we're sort of working on building on chain. And if anybody, well, I guess one last plug, if anybody knows anybody, we are hiring for these positions, so feel free to take a look and share. But yeah, if there are no other questions, can wrap it up here. Thank you all for attending this only US and Canada. I think I think the operations coordinator, this is definitely just Canada. Some of these I think it might be US Canada just because of the time zone, but I'm actually not really sure. I will find out. I can find out though. If that is a requirement or not. Excuse me. Because some of us we do have some folks in Europe, so it's but yeah, for these roles it might be a requirement because of time zone mostly. I'm not sure if I click on about US and Canada. Well, it doesn't really say that it have to be US and Canada, except for here. So I'm not sure, but Katya, I can find out though, and just double check. Because yeah, I'm not I'm not part of the interviews or recruiting process for this, so I'm not really sure. But this one definitely, I think, this has to be in Canada. But cool, yeah. Well, thanks everybody for taking the time to attend. Hopefully this cleared any thoughts you had. And yeah, of course we'll be on, you know, I'll be on Discord throughout the weeks. And then if you have any questions, feel free to ping me or at me. And yeah, we'll try to answer your questions as soon as possible. So cheers, everybody. Thanks again for attending. Our Rosarmando workshop start today, and then hacking starts this Friday. So we'll see you, or I'll see you at any of those coming up soon. Have a great rest of your week and happy hacking. Bye.